At 2:13 a.m. in the Gulf of Oman, a high-frequency microwave pulse from a U.S. stealth aircraft fries every processing chip in Iran's Tehran air defense network, blacking out radar screens across command centers in under 60 seconds. No explosion marks the strike, no missile streaks the sky. One invisible burst renders $2 billion in integrated defenses inert, exposing 17 hidden missile launchers to immediate annihilation. If those launchers fire unchecked, a 100,000-ton U.S. carrier strike group vaporizes in flames, costing 5,000 American lives and igniting a regional war that claims millions more. Fail here, and the Strait of Hormuz closes for years, spiking global oil to $300 a barrel and plunging economies into chaos. The screens stay dark. The hatches on those 17 Throne transporter erector launchers creak open mid-mountain, missiles rising halfway into the night, frozen in vulnerable ascent. Before we dive in, comment where you are watching from and click subscribe. Human stakes tower here. Every sailor on the USS Abraham Lincoln risks instant death from a single Thrawn hit, Mach 5 warheads packing 500 kilograms of high explosive, traveling 200 miles in 2 minutes flat. Iran's command centers bet national survival on this network. Its collapse means 10,000 troops exposed, $15 billion in hardware scrapped, and a power vacuum inviting invasion. Physically, the Gulf hangs in balance. 21 miles wide at Hormuz, funneled to tankers carrying 20% of world oil, now a kill zone where one miscalculation floods coastlines with burning fuel across 1,000 square miles. The single undoable moment arrives at 2:20 a.m., the decision to launch decoy missiles, revealing exact launcher coordinates already locked by U.S. sensors. This night rewires Middle East deterrence forever. Stealth doesn't just hide assets, it forces enemies to illuminate themselves, turning their strongest defense into a suicide beacon. The threat pulses now, in every drone swarm and jammer test worldwide, where silence decides empires. If you look at the command center readouts from Iran's Throne network, Russia's export-grade integrated air defense system, layered radars fused to track and fire on stealth intruders, you notice the first anomaly at 2:13 a.m. exactly. A stealth aircraft, likely an EA-37B Compass Call retrofitted for high-power microwave emission, loiters 50 miles offshore at 40,000 feet. It pulses a directed energy beam, gigawatt-level microwaves cooking silicon chips like a microwave oven melting a potato. Every field programmable gate array in the chain fries instantly. No fuse to blow, no backup to spin up. Contrast that with operational norm. Radars humming at 10 kilowatts, painting skies to 250 kilometers. Now dead air. No emissions detected on U.S. scopes. Beneath the Alborz Mountains, Macron in local parlance, limestone peaks rising 18,000 feet, 17 Throne transporter erector launchers begin surfacing through 20-ton blast doors. Each TEL, a 40-ton MAZ 7917 truck chassis, heaves a 7.5-meter S-300 PMU, 2-missile upright, vertical amid rocky camouflage. You will notice the timing. Doors cycle in 45 seconds, erectors lock at 2:15 a.m., missiles hot but blind. At Cape Jask, 150 miles southeast, the Cobra 5-8 electronic warfare system, Iran's homebrew jammer, arrays of phased antennas, activates at 2:17 a.m. It floods 200 kilometers with digital noise, a whiteout across X-band frequencies, like static overwhelming your car radio on a highway. Iran assumes dominance, but precision counters aggression. On the USS Abraham Lincoln, 100,000 tons displacing 1.2 million barrels of fuel, the electromagnetic aircraft launch system catapults 2 Boeing F/A-18E Super Hornets at 2:20 a.m. No steam plume blasts skyward, as in old carriers. Emails accelerates them to 150 knots in 2 seconds, silent acceleration via linear motors. The Hornets skim 200 feet, engines at military power, 22,000 pounds thrust each. They pierce the Thrawn perimeter at 2:22 a.m., 80 miles from Lincoln. Tehran bites. 248N6E2 surface-to-air missiles launch from TELs near Bandar Abbas, streaking at Mach 4, white contrails ripping 10 miles high. Cockpit G-forces spiked to 9G on the Hornets, pilots' vision tunnels, chests crushed like under an elephant's weight. They counter with AN/ALE 47 dispensers, magnesium flares at 2,500 degrees Celsius, hotter than engine exhaust at 1,800 degrees, blinding seeker heads like staring at the sun. Notched turns at 500 knots evade radar. Lock. The Hornets ghost into ECM darkness. Iranian crews exhale at 2:26 a.m., repositioning TELs in 6 minutes flat. They miss the trap. U.S. multi-domain targeting captures TEL GPS coordinates pre-ignition via geolocation of launch signatures, down to 10 meters accuracy. High above at 2:35 a.m. over the Gulf of Oman, a Northrop Grumman RQ-180 stealth drone holds at 60,000 feet, stratospheric perch beyond S-300 ceiling. Largest USISR platform, 172-foot wingspan like a giant white bat, radar cross-section under 0.001 square meters. Invisible to X-band, a shadow slipping through fog. It doesn't observe passively. Synthetic aperture radar, SAR, like ultrasound bouncing off a fetus to map bones, but microwaves piercing sandstorms for 3D sub-meter imagery, sweeps below. 17 TELs scatter on Highway 71, mimicking civilian trucks, canvas covers, human drivers as shields. But RQ-180 AI parses steel density, missile tubes at 15 tons versus truck beds at 2 tons, axle loads 30% heavier, infrared from diesel plants 50 degrees hotter. You will notice the data stream, 2:46 a.m., encrypted via satellite to Link 16 network, a jam-resistant tactical data link pulsing 250 kilobits per second. USS Lincoln screens light with red icons, 17 targets correlated. Iran adapts. At 2:48 a.m., Bavar 373 passive radar, low-frequency VHF arrays, listening for stealth reflections off aircraft skin, no emissions to geolocate, goes live near Cape Jask. TEL crews execute shoot and scoot 20-minute relocations, erectors down, thermal blankets deployed, signatures cooled from 400 Kelvin to ambient 290, electronic war escalates at 2:50 a.m., Cobra 5.8 pours gigawatts into white noise, choking Link 16 like a DDoS on your Wi-Fi. Lincoln scopes flicker, 70% targets vanish, correlation lost. US map blanks, hunt turns perilous, yet redundancy rules. At 3 a.m., 2 Lockheed Martin F-35C Lightning IIs, carrier stealth fighters, 43-foot wings folding to 13 meters stored, descend to 50 feet above waves below radar horizon. Emission control, MCON, Alpha, all active sensors dark, radar cross-section 0.005 square meters at S-band. They sip passive SAR feeds from RQ-180, 100 megabit streaming helmet displays. Escorting 2 Kratos XQ-58, a Valkyries per F-35C, AI loyal wingman, low observable attritable drones, 850 pounds empty, range 3,000 nautical miles. Like a quarterback handing off to a running back, F-35C stays lean. Valkyrie hauls 600 pounds ordnance without bloating RCS. Pilots swipe touchscreens. Valkyries compute strikes in milliseconds. Bavar 373 persists, eavesdropping silently. Solution: deception. At 3:08 a.m., Valkyries loose Raytheon, ADM-16, OB miniature air-launched decoy, MALD, swarms, 6 per bird, turbojets mimicking B-52 signatures via digital radio frequency memory jammers. MALDs amplify to 100 square meter RCS, squadron ghosts inbound. Iranian bunker screens at Cape Jask erupt at 3:12 a.m. Apparent B-52 carpet bombers, 20 signatures at 500 knots. Commander orders Bavar 373 active, 10 megawatt illuminators blaze. Instant triangulation. RQ-180 nails emitter at 29.28 degrees north, 56.32 degrees east, 30 meters CEP. F-35C commands. Valkyrie bays open. Raytheon AIM-174B fires. Air-launched SM-6 variant. Mach 3.5, 400-pound warhead. Impact at 3:15 a.m. Bavar 373 arrays vaporize in 2,000 Kelvin fireball. Phased arrays twisted scrap. volcanic ripples. At 3:20 a.m., Thrawn contingency. 30-plus passive infrared SAMs from Albor's tunnel networks, FADE 110 derivatives, no radar, locking jet plumes against minus 10 degrees Celsius sky. Unguided barrage, 5-kilometer ceiling, saturating 50 square kilometers. F-35C distributed aperture system, DAS, 6 IR cameras, 360-degree sphere, floods cockpits with yellow launch plinks from AN/AAS-37V sensors. Stealth skin cuts RCS, but engines glow at 900 Kelvin. Sky walls with fire. U.S. counters at 3:25 a.m. Boeing EA-18G. Growler launches from Lincoln. ALQ-218 receivers jammed across 12 bands. ALQ-99 pods creating EM black hole. Comlinks severed, bunker to battery. Coordination zeroed. F-35C pilots notch 9G, 540-degree turns in 20 seconds. MTV-2 flares at 3,000 Kelvin decoy seekers. DAS feeds God's Eye weave through 50 trails, ambush inverted. Growler disarray peaks at 3:40 a.m. RQ-18 OSAR reacquires through smoke, coherent change detection spots, TELs static in crevices, heat 20 Kelvin elevated. No shoot scoot now, sitting ducks. At 3:45 a.m., F-35C unleashes AGM-154 CJSOWs, joint standoff weapons, stealth gliders hugging terrain at 500 feet, GPS/INS to 3-meter CEP. 17 TELs struck, warheads shred hydraulics, missiles cook off in secondary blasts, 1,000 Kelvin infernos. Iran's final play. 50-plus Shahid 136 drones from coastal pads at 3:50 a.m. $20,000 plywood loitering munitions, 1,200-mile range, 40-kilogram warhead saturation on Aegis. Valkyries detach. RQ-180 data links spot swarm at 20 miles. AI intercepts. No missiles wasted. Solid-state lasers at 150 kilowatts vaporize airframes in 2 seconds. Kinetic rods punch through. Zero penetrate 10-mile perimeter. Carrier untouched. Resolution snaps back to 2:13 a.m.'s dark screens and half-risen TELs. Chips fried bought 47 minutes of unchallenged dominance. 17 launchers destroyed. Bavar 373 erased. Drone swarm nullified. No U.S. losses. Thrawn crippled at $4 billion scrap value. The electromagnetic aircraft launch system on Lincoln hums for the next cycle. Deck clear by 5 a.m. as dawn silences the Gulf. In 5th-generation warfare, the $13 billion carrier endures because $2 million Valkyries turn $20,000 drones to ash.